Hey guys, welcome to another commentary done by Diggity. Bottom right hand corner we got Ash Ball starting as the Brown Protoss. Upper left hand corner we got Jedi 1 from Team Ash. I did not realize starting both these guys in Team Ash. Did not realize. Upper left hand corner starting as the Yellow Protoss. Shout out to them. Again, if you're able to catch it, I'm not sure if anyone's commentating it right this second, but Brood War Clan League is just really... When it was being broadcast at my lunchtime, I would oftentimes watch that during my lunchtime. It was very, very enjoyable. Some of the most enjoyable StarCraft I can think of watching outside of ASL matches. We're on Polestar right again. I guess this is... When you look up at the night sky and you see Polaris, this is actually what you see. This mega laser that's got some plants near it that's just shooting out a laser beam into the sky. You think you're looking at a star. Oops. You think you're looking at a star, but no. It's that light on this planet where people are fighting over blue crystal meth that powers there. Maybe that's what this is in actuality. It's like, let them bake. They don't know how to make meth on other planets, so they got to find it as it's crystallizing another whatever, and that's just allowing the various units to tweak out and fight each other. No wonder they're so aggressive. No wonder it's the Brood Wars. It's the Brood Drug War. Anyway, I digress. And then Vespene gas, that would be other illicit stuff. I don't know. I'm not sure why I decided to go that way with it. Hopefully if kids are watching this, they're not like, oh, my innocence is destroyed. Also, what are these random gears doing? They're doing something. They're just hanging out there. I mean, are they keeping the ramp down actively? Generating gravity for the planet? It's unclear. Gateway. Enough looking at the due dates on the map and commenting on Brood War's odd resource mechanics. Looks like we're seeing a gateway opener for both players. Gateway is going to finish just about the same moment. First scout, Ash Ball going the up right hand corner, Jedi 1 going cross corner. Jedi 1 is up overall in the match. I think Baal actually, if you guys recall, if you watched game 1, I still have been thinking about this in the back of my head. Interesting, so midpoint scout and then upper right. So Jedi 1 was a little bit concerned about 2-gate middle, interestingly enough, and that's definitely going to slow his scouting pattern down. And I think it's going to end up with a denial overall, because we already have one zealot in place. It looks like we do have a safety zealot there. This zealot is likely not going to be in place to stop Baal. So Baal's going to have a second shot at this. This is the second opportunity he's going to have, where he's going to be able to, although he, never mind, he had an he needed to scout the edge of it, and that zealot's leaving a gap, kind of baiting it at him. I was about to say he was going to have another opportunity. Ooh, Jedi 1 playing a little bit risky there. Moving down to maybe attack that probe, but that could have opened up a scout. Anyway, he's not going to be able to get into the base, so it looks like it's going to be scout denied both directions. There was an opportunity to jut the probe to the left or to the right to get around that zealot. Looks like we're seeing an instant play towards robotics, by the way. Is Baal... He's going to go 1-gate robo. Cross positions, I think that is the... So when you're horizontal or vertical, I feel like 2-gate robotics, one version or another, tends to be the safe bet. 1-gate robo expand, I feel like, is oddly enough the safer bet at cross position. Ooh, that probe taking some hits as it's making its way across. We'll see if either player does... Sometimes what you'll see in the space of this, though, is 1-gate robotics into 2nd-gate along the edge, but we will have to see. We do have the zealot staging a little bit forward for Jedi 1, and he is floating some resources, is getting range in the space of this. I guess I didn't take into account that range could be skipped. Dragoon making its way forward. 2 zealots blockading the ramp for Baal, which I just now registered in my brain. Odd that he built a 2nd zealot, actually, in the space of this. The Dragoon is going to be able to sit near that natural expansion. He'll have to be careful. If Baal gets aggressive, we'll have to pull out. And a shuttle being built straight off the bat rather than observatory, interestingly enough, for Baal. So maybe he's thinking 1-gate robo into support bay. So he's got the support bay queued up, and he may be thinking about going for aggression in the midst of this. Additional Dragoons and Zealots here on the low ground. Jedi 1 does have the opportunity to drop defensive pylons here at the 6 o'clock. Is he going for some proxy tech? Because he's moving that probe across the map. Seeing nothing here on the map right this second. Just making sure, I guess, that additional bases weren't grabbed. Kind of odd. Or is he just going to sneak? Is he going to sneak a Nexus? Just curious what this probe thinks it's doing. What does that probe think it's doing? Does it think it's better than the rest of the army, that it's not participating in any of these? Anyway. Observer should be finished. That once the observer starts sees that Dragoon on the front, that Dragoon does need to hightail it in a hurry. With moving shot with 3 Dragoons, that we could see the possibility of the kill there. Reaver's queued up in the meantime, and it looks like Jedi 1 is going to go ahead and drop a Nexus. This could get dicey for Jedi 1. Probe's still sitting here bottom left, by the way. Because he went straight, so he's just getting that robotic support bay now. He can queue up a Reaver in short order, but he's still going to be down the shuttle to protect it. And he's not going to have a significant padding of Dragoons in this build order to be able to counter that. He does need to, I think he knows that there's some form of aggression coming. Should know. As yeah, if he keeps his probe here at the 6, I don't think this is going to be a split. Oh, it looks like he's going to be able to get that observer all the way in, by the way. He's going to see the Reaver spawn and even load up, potentially. Did Baal miss that observer in his base? This is huge information for Jedi 1, by the way. He's going to, yeah, he's dropping 2 additional gateways to maybe pad this out, get some more Dragoons in a hurry. Nexus is going to finish. Now the question will be, will he get the units out in time? It's cross position, so he's got a good chunk of time to work with. Range is finishing somewhat later for Baal. Is Baal going to go up to... Yeah, he's going up the 3rd gateway. And the observer, I think, is in range for Jedi 1 to spot that 3rd gateway. Yeah, it's moving in just to absolutely check it. So Baal going for a very aggressive play. 2 Reaver 3 gate. I'm wondering if Jedi 1 off 2 bases, recognizing he's at 3 gates right this second, although he's supply blocked right this second as well, getting an defensive pylon out on the front. People call it an AI pylon, but we're anti-AI slop here. So we're not calling that one an AI pylon. That's a defensive pylon. Observer noting that the army has left and is making its way out. Dragoons are staging back. The Reaver's still pressing towards the front. There is going to be a defensive shuttle in the space of this, and second Reaver's queued up. Still 3 gateway, but it's 3 gateway versus 3 gateway cross position, and we got a shield battery to maybe make up the difference here for Jedi 1. Another pylon being dropped in the space of this. So let's see if Baal's got what it takes micro-wise. Dealing with this, he's going to take an initial free shot. Not on the attack, not on the interior, on the interior Dragoons. They're just diving in. 2 Reavers versus 1. There is still that shield battery in between, although the shield battery's unpowered with that pylon placement. That is a big mistake from Jedi 1. So still cross positions. Right now, Baal is getting the better half of it. He still has the 2 Reavers. The shield battery's gone. The pylon's going to be wiped out as well. Got a bit of a probe right there. Right now, Jedi 1 has probes he can lose, where Baal doesn't. Still, the Reaver staying alive. Another defensive pylon here, but the Nexus is under fire. We got, what, 4 Dragoons, 2 Reavers? So the impetus is on Jedi 1 to make his way out. We do have a Reaver up on the high ground. And more reinforcements have made their way across, so it looks like this is going to be a dead Nexus. Jedi 1 unable to defend. Now does he hold? Ooh, and lost his Reaver in the space of that as well. So now, down macro-wise, although he could, in theory, yeah, he's going to drop a pylon behind here. He's going to lose... Oh, never mind. Redeem saved the observer. He's still down 2 Reavers versus 1. This is a closer reinforcement point for Jedi 1. The economy's, he's got 3 probes, but keep in mind 2 of those probes are out in the field. That shuttle went too deep. That Reaver took a big shot. Shuttle's gone. So now you've got a shuttle and a Reaver versus not a shuttle and a Reaver, but at a closer reinforcement point. Jedi 1, I think, is going to be able to bully his way back in. Battle probe also creating some havoc in the midst of this. Get him, probe. Did the probe get the... No, probe did not get the kill. But Jedi 1 able to clean up his natural expansion. Baal is collapsed as far as supply, and Jedi 1 able to redrop that Nexus before Baal's got his up, and on top of that, it's going to take some time for that pylon to get cleared as everything limps up. Limps up, limps out. Supply is even, 2 worker lead, and at the very least the observer is able to walk up and see the tech. And Jedi 1, I think confidently, can continue building probes in the space of this. So Baal's attack falters. This observer is going to get spotted out. Is it going to get killed, though, is the next question. Does Baal... Jedi, he's getting it out to the corner. 2 shots. Takes an additional hit. This probe's still active around that corner. That probe that stayed bottom left, actually pretty significant in the course of all this, because it was able to continue to block the Nexus, and Baal going up again for more attacks. And I think that's been spotted on its way, because it looks like Jedi 1 is repositioning. Observer up in front is looking to is going to be able to snipe this forward observer. Needs to be a little bit careful. But yeah, he's got 6 Dragoons at close location. 2 of them are damaged on both ends. I should say one of them's damaged for each. That's a better way to say that. But the Reaver is closer here for Jedi 1, and I think he's going to have a second Reaver on the field much more rapidly. Not sure what the Reaver situation is over here. It looks like we've got a Reaver and a shuttle. My guess is his Baal's going to just go for it once he's got these troops up here. Jedi 1 once again mining at the natural. So Baal going to have to attack into a defensive position once again. If he can plant the shots fairly well, I will say that Jedi 1's Reaver targeting, he was targeting the Dragoon on the edge instead of the next Dragoon over to allow some spread shot. The splash of the Reaver is one thing that, well, the sheer damage is a big aspect, but the splash is also a big critical factor. Shuttle speed being upgraded here for Jedi 1, by the way. 2 Reavers versus 1 overall. And Jedi 1 walking out in the field to engage this. He's getting the 2 Reavers out, getting some good splash damage on the forward field. The shuttle's gone, the 2 Reavers are still landing. And it looks like the Reavers were able to melt the majority of the Dragoons to the north, and that's a big win for Jedi 1. Holy cow, 3 Dragoons weren't even in that fight. Gonna get the shuttle as well. And Jedi 1 can just sit back. That should be game, because Jedi 1 is able to just go ahead and sit back, continue the macro cycle. Nexus is only halfway finished for Baal bottom right, and we have that Wily probe that has been an absolute X factor. Do not underestimate him. He's top right in this field. These Reavers are hungry, let me tell you. Okay, so we got 4 Dragoons on the high ground. The observer at least spots them. 8 Dragoons. I don't know that the miss shot is going to be sufficient to even buy time here, honestly. The Dragoons should just be able to walk up and deal something. The one saving grace here for Baal is that Jedi 1 has not been able to drop additional gateways or anything along those lines to really start pushing forward aggressively, but man, he's got a huge supply lead. It's also cross map, so on occasion that can open things up. Jedi 1 starting to fan out right this second. That shuttle could get picked off with the bad maneuver, and that would shift things wildly. Okay, Jedi 1 dropping into this. That shuttle not able to participate. It is low ground to high ground. The Reaver's now dropping. Unfortunately, Baal being forced to the low ground away from those Reavers to try to preserve the Dragoons as long as possible. They're going to get wiped out. All they did was buy time. 3 more Dragoons marching out, and I think that's a bad rally for Baal at this stage. Maybe they'll be, I don't think they're going to be able to intercept the shuttle either, although, as I say that, cutoff route, this is going to get close, almost. Jedi 1, I believe, spotted it, so at least a hit, and he knows the shuttle's position. The Dragoons are making a wild cutoff route otherwise. The Reaver's still able to plop down. They're going to be able to get the shots on the Dragoons as they enter. Going to be able to pop them instantaneously like pimples, speaking of pimple pops. Reaver there, but that's just going to get swarmed. Baal going to call GG, well played. Good luck next week. Very manner. Whew. Alright. Jedi 1 looking solid thus far in all of his matches. He's going to proceed at 2-0. I'm not sure who is 2-0 overall in the bracket. Do I still have another? Let's do the... Hold on, you guys. I don't think you get a black screen off this. I think I can just do the scoreboard. Have I done... Okay, I've done Dentarg versus Wizard. These are all the replays I've got. Yeah, this is where we're at. So Jedi 1 looking solid out of all the players. I'm still rooting for Nesh back there. I gotta say Lancer X is likely a strong player. Worst we've seen previously play very, very strong games as well. White and X Factor, we'll see if he's able to contend. And I will say that Pauline had some really interesting games versus Streamline. And even though Streamline has... Well, anyway, I'll stop talking about this and we'll just proceed to week 3 of the Swiss bracket. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for listening.